Our next speaker will talk about the DREAM Act and its importance on education. And for many of you, all of us, I'm sure many of you have been impacted in some way by a friend, a child, a family member, not being able to further their education because of their immigration status. And so, as much as we were, as a diaspora, Caribbean people that is, a little disengaged from the conversation, we probably should have been a lot more there. The benefits are going to be far-reaching for all of us. And so it is my honor to introduce a gentleman who is a Caribbean man, and believe me, we've worked on issues on a couple of occasions. Mr. Figeroux is an attorney that is very passionate and concerned about his community. As an attorney, Mr. Figeroux sees firsthand the issues and struggles of our communities. He not only strongly believes in giving back to the community, which supports his practice, but also subscribes to the Chinese proverb of give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. Mr. Figeroux believes in teaching everyone to fish. And for those who don't have a net, he'll throw it over you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brian Figeroux.
Well, my favorite is Marcus Garvey.
All right.
I have a company in the name of Marcus Garvey, which is The Negro World Inc. All right? The Negro World Inc. And we know that Marcus Garvey was a publisher. So we have the Caribbean American Weekly. We have here Concerned Americans for Racial Equality. We have the Immigrants Journal. And we have our economic publication that we are launching at our conference this June 19 at Brooklyn Marriott. At the Brooklyn Marriott this year, we're going to be launching at least 6 to 7 chambers of commerce. One of them is named the Jamaica American International Chamber of Commerce, and Mr. Crooks here is working with me where that chamber is concerned. The DREAM Act. Well, the DREAM Act started August of 2001. That's a long time ago, right?
Yes.
And when I met with President Barack Obama, or President-to-be, 2007 at the Brooklyn Marriott with the Mighty Sparrow, he promised that the DREAM Act would be passed, but it wasn't. He gave us DACA, deferred action. And deferred action really means that if you have a hardship, you don't have to be a dreamer. You could get a work permit on social. So you live here, you have a child, serious medical issues, you could apply for deferred action. It doesn't matter what your age is. So he is using a program of deferred action to help people who would qualify for the DREAM Act. And under DACA, which you could apply for now, you could get a work permit on social if you came to the US before June 15, 2007. Good moral character, not too many arrests. 2 marijuana charges. Less than 31 years old. And you could be in high school, getting your GED. Obviously your GED is what you need, or your high school diploma. You get a work permit on social until the Republicans take office and tell you can't have it anymore. Now the DREAM Act is important.
Yes.
In New York State, the New York Governor Cuomo, a Democrat, he did not approve or fund the DREAM Act in New York. Governor Christie, a Republican, funds the New Jersey DREAM Act.
Yes.
If the governor of New York State loved our kids like the panelists here, they would have passed the DREAM Act, New York own, and give those kids $30 million every year so that they could attend school. Yeah. In Chicago, in California, Washington, you could get a driver's license if you're undocumented. In New York City, our mayor wants to give us a municipal ID. And you must have a tax ID or other form of ID before you get a municipal ID. Over the years, you know how many brothers and sisters, mostly brothers, they can't drive the taxi cab in New York City anymore because their driver's license expired. Yeah. So when the governor says he is progressive, when the New York City mayor says he's progressive, I feel like if I'm a communist.
It's a lie.
Because progressive is relative, right?
Exactly.
Comprehensive immigration reform will bring the Dream Act.
Amen.
But comprehensive immigration reform, there's no more brother-sister petition. There's no more petition for children, for married children over 31. So if you have a brother or sister in Jamaica or anywhere, go petition for them now. If you have children that are over 31, that are married, go petition for them now. Because if comprehensive immigration reform is passed, like Senator Schumer said this summer, those are some of the provisions in that comprehensive immigration reform. Comprehensive immigration reform also means no more green card lottery. Jamaicans say that's good because they don't qualify. But in Africa, of the 50,000 green cards every year, 10,000 goes to Africa. It means that 20% of those, which is 20%, right? We're doing math. No more Africans. So I have a couple of them work in my office that got the green card through green card lottery. You understand? So sometimes I say, damn, if I didn't have this green card lottery, I wouldn't have these Africans in my office as attorneys working with us. Yeah. So my sister is a registered nurse. I do her taxes. She makes over $150,000 every year. Okay? How many people live in Jamaica? 2.7 million? How many people live in the Philippines? 20 million. That's what? 1/7? 1/10? Okay. There are 300 nursing schools in the Philippines. How many nursing schools in Jamaica? You know why the Philippines have 300 nursing schools? So that they could export their people here. They make $150,000, one of the highest demand areas in labor. And if I was running the University of the West Indies, the only thing I'd be teaching in Jamaica is nursing. The only thing I'll be teaching in Jamaica is nursing. Because comprehensive immigration reform, when there's no more brother-sister petitions, when there's no more children over 31, when there's no more green card lottery, when you take from Peter, who gave it to you? Paul? So who's Paul in this comprehensive immigration reform? Huh? Well, people with business degrees. People with all the different type of degrees would be coming more to the US. And what's the #1 foreign currency earner for Jamaica? $25 billion in remittances go to Mexico. The #1 foreign currency earner for Jamaica is what? in Jamaica, what's smart is legalized marijuana. What's the #1 foreign currency? Yeah, because when they legalized marijuana in New York State, you know what a state senator said in New York? He said, he voted, he said, I'll never vote for medical marijuana. A white man. Then he was arrested for possession of marijuana. And now he's a big supporter of medical marijuana because he's going to invest $10 million in it. Alright? And if you show me a Jamaican, a Vincentian, because Vincentians say they're weed better than Jamaican weed. You understand? If you show me a Jamaican or a Vincentian that is going to sell medical marijuana here in New York State, you'll never see it. Because who's going to be controlling the weed industry? Why are you all taking so long in Jamaica? Legalize marijuana. Maybe, what, you're waiting for Big Brother to tell you it's okay? Okay. But by that time they'll have better Jamaican weed in New York City than in Jamaica. Alright? So, comprehensive immigration reform is extremely important. Building nursing schools in Jamaica and other countries is important. You go to the Labor Department website, you will see the top 10 jobs in demand. That's the market you're supposed to be producing for. Because in the Caribbean, you should be exporting your people because they already give you so much remittances. That's how you're paying for your medical stuff and all those things back home. So the next time a Jamaican land in Jamaica, show them some more respect. When a Vincentian land in St. Vincent, show them more respect. When a Grenadian land in Grenada, show him or her more respect. Because sometimes when you go home, they want to treat you like you're not welcome. But you're really young $2 paying for everything. You understand what I'm saying? You export your people. Our Chamber of Commerce is innovative. We're going to be doing more business to business matchmaking. We have a free paralegal certificate program. Over 300 students already registered and they get in jobs. That's our, help the recession people. Our Immigrants Journal Legal and Educational Fund has been doing a free citizenship drive for a decade. If you listen to our show on a Saturday, WPAT 9:30 a.m., 6 to 7, you'll hear the mighty Sparrow introducing it. You know the Calypso King of the Bird? Yeah. Okay. We do it every week for a decade. There are other organizations that do it once a month and they get $300,000 a year. And none of our politicians ever came and said, Mr. Figeroux, you're doing a good job there. Here's a check. You know why? Because the more we say we are Caribbean, it is the more that we align to ourselves here in this diaspora. Because we have to really think like Caribbean. Yeah. Because in New York City, when them police stop and frisk you, and they come in the office, they always say, the man say, I'm black. I ain't from the Caribbean, I ain't in this, the police don't care if you come from African, American, Caribbean, they don't care if the slave ship drop you off. You understand what I'm saying? And all of these are issues of the dreamers. And I'm talking about the dreamer people and every other person that wants, the 12 million undocumented people in America that want to be legalized. So when my governor said no funding for the DREAM Act, when my mayor said that he's going to give me a municipal ID, when I look at the Republican in New Jersey and he gives funding to these young people, I'm wondering, well, what's going on here?